Hola, bienvenida, espero te encuentres muy bien. Hoy te traemos una historia muy interesante en inglés, tendrás los subtítulos y la traducción al español, y al final del vídeo te daremos una lista de palabras para ampliar tu vocabulario, así que comencemos.
On a chilly afternoon, November 24th, 1971, an ordinary man walked into the Portland International Airport. He looked like any other business traveler, dressed in a dark suit, white shirt, and a black tie. He carried a briefcase and a small paper bag. He approached the counter of Northwest Orient Airlines and bought a one-way ticket to Seattle. He paid in cash and gave his name as Dan Cooper. No one knew that this seemingly unremarkable man would soon become one of the most infamous figures in American history. Dan Cooper boarded Flight 305, a Boeing 727, and took his seat at the rear of the plane. The flight was scheduled to be a short, routine trip of just 30 minutes. As the plane ascended into the sky, Cooper quietly ordered a bourbon and soda. He lit a cigarette and waited for the right moment. Once the flight was airborne, Cooper handed a note to the flight attendant, Florence Schaffner. At first, she assumed it was just another businessman trying to flirt. She slipped the note into her pocket without reading it. But Cooper leaned in and whispered, "Miss, you'd better read that note. I have a bomb." Schaffner, startled, quickly read the note. It stated that Cooper had a bomb in his briefcase and demanded $200,000 in cash, for parachutes, and a fuel truck waiting in Seattle to refuel the plane. The flight attendant's face turned pale as she realized the gravity of the situation. Cooper calmly opened his briefcase to reveal a jumble of wires, red sticks, and a battery, confirming his threat. The pilot was informed, and he relayed the demands to air traffic control. The passengers were told that the flight would be delayed due to a minor mechanical issue, and they remained unaware of the drama unfolding behind them. The authorities agreed to meet Cooper's demands. In Seattle, the ransom money was gathered, and the parachutes were prepared. After landing in Seattle, Cooper allowed the passengers and most of the crew to disembark. In exchange, he received the ransom money and the parachutes. Once his demands were met, Cooper ordered the pilot to set a course for Mexico City, with specific instructions to fly low and slow, below 10,000 feet, and with the landing gear down. As the plane cruised through the night sky, somewhere over the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest, Dan Cooper did the unthinkable. He strapped on 2 parachutes, secured the ransom money to his body, and opened the plane's rear stairway. Against the howling wind and the pitch-black darkness, Cooper jumped into the void, disappearing into legend. The FBI launched one of the most extensive manhunts in history, scouring the wilderness for any trace of Cooper. But the man, the money, and the parachutes were nowhere to be found. Despite years of investigation, countless theories, and even a few suspects, D.B. Cooper, as he became known due to a media error, remains an enigma to this day. Some believe he perished in the jump, swallowed by the wilderness, while others think he escaped and lived out the rest of his days in quiet anonymity. But the truth remains a mystery. D.B. Cooper vanished without a trace, leaving behind nothing but questions, legends, and one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in American history. Vocabulary: business traveler, briefcase, approached, unremarkable man, at the rear of the plane, airborne, trying to flirt. The ransom money was gathered. He perished in the jump.